It was time trial day at the Tour de France, a hugely important stage, a TT clash among the Burgundy vineyards, just like in 2021 wine trial time at the Tour, this time taking in those Burgundy roads. The stars of the world were here. Remco Evenepoel, the world champion, to take on Tadej Pogačar in the yellow jersey, UAE Emirates, hoping to hold the lead. Pogačar would begin the day with 45 seconds in front of his Belgian rival. How would Vingegaard get on? How would Primož Roglič do? All eyes on the Big Four plus the specialists, as this was a 25.3 kilometre test with just 300 metres of climbing. Beginning in Nuit Saint-Georges, venue from Marcel Kittel winning a sprint a few years ago, and finishing for the first time ever in Tour history at Gevrey-Chambertin. It will be a Frenchman who'd set the early benchmark. Young Lenny Martinez was out amongst the starters early on, and he took time out of everybody else to be fastest at the finish. Just over half an hour his best time, 47.9 Ks an average. Luke Durbridge then turned up among the vines. Not a vintage performance from him, but a very solid one that removed Martinez from the hot seat. Jaco Alula had been celebrating a stage win overnight. EF Education Easy Post looking to do the same here with Stefan Bissegger. And it was looking good, quicker than anybody else who had gone before, the Swiss time trial specialist. But as always in his case, pushing everything to the edge. The clock was green when he ended up inside the final few hundred metres, and he would be off to the leader's hot seat. Beautiful scenery surrounded on a nice warm day, and then Kevin Vauquelin made things even hotter for the French. A stage winner on day 2 on his Tour debut, he was taking a heck of a lot of time out of Bissegger. He did so at the finish as well. 21 seconds quicker. Goodbye Bissegger. Hello, perhaps too, Victor Campenaerts. No longer could be considered a TT specialist, but a man who worked hard on this particular parcours. A recon mission a few weeks before, and less than a second quicker than a disappointed Vauquelin. Who else was on course? King Kung was one, and he was flying, until this happened. Always seemingly close to a bit of misfortune on the time trial bike, and again it struck. 8 seconds slower than Campenaerts. He lost almost 30 seconds with that mechanical. Ben Healy of Ireland was gaining time. EF were on a good day. Close to Campenaerts, not close enough to take the hot seat though. Then it was over to the favourites, the GC riders. Thomas had just about slipped out of that category, and he was slipping further away, almost a minute and a half down on Campenaerts. Big Four time began with Primož Roglič on the road, starting the day in 5th position, looking to move up in the GC. And he would do that, only after pushing everything to the limit. Jonas Vingegaard, how would he be? Hardly ridden on his time trial bike, was supposed to recon this, but couldn't because he was in hospital. He started rapidly. It was looking good for Vingegaard. The world time trial champion was in the white jersey for the best young rider. Second on the GC. Would there be enough of a swing to Evenepoel to have a new leader here? 45 seconds required for that. That'd be a bit of a disaster for Pogačar in all truth. He was in yellow and looking to hold his lead. A winner in the time trials at the Giro D'Italia. Would the Tour de France be the same? Again, everything was pushed to the edge. Pogačar with lighter screws on his bike, new extensions, a quicker setup, and Vingegaard was going quicker than anybody else. That is until Remco Evenepoel turned up. A big difference, 23 seconds on the climb in favour of the Belgian. Pogačar was up there, but not as quick as Evenepoel. He was on his way to shipping 10 seconds there. It was looking good for Evenepoel's first stage win at the Tour. Roglic was quicker than Campenaerts, 17 seconds so much in fact. Finally, it was a wave to the man who'd been sat in front of the cameras. Vingegaard losing a little bit of time to Roglic. The two former teammates now rivals, but the Dane proving that after all of the accident and injury, he was still in the shake-up. Then came Evenepoel. A late scare for him had turned into, thankfully, nothing, and he was out to pulverise the time set by Roglic. Over half a minute quicker, and he would remain quicker than Tadej Pogačar, getting closer in the general classification. Not enough of that swing for Pogačar to stop being the leader. 12 and a bit seconds, and Remco Evenepoel was a stage winner at the Tour de France for the first time in his career. He's now on stages in all three Grand Tours. He is now in the fight for the victory of what is becoming a fairy tale tour. So many good stories, and one for Evenepoel, who wins stage 7. He was happy on the top of the podium. Golden Greg, Rainbow Remco, and now Belgian having a Tour stage winner. Close, but not quite in the yellow jersey. That's still occupied by Tadej Pogačar, with 2 stages to go at the end of the first block of racing. Yellow jersey podium, another happy one for Pogačar. He moves today 26 in yellow in his career. Then to stage 8, possibly, probably another one for the sprinters, certainly ahead of stage 9's gravel epic in Champagne country. You can watch a big weekend at the Tour de France. It will be live and on demand on Eurosport and Discovery+.